Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, we are doing 3 trash to treasure projects. So the other day I was going through my garage and cleaning out all of the things that I bought at various places, and I found this old picture. The glass had broken. I don't think I bought it with the glass broken, but I remembered that I picked it up because I thought it was a really great winter scene and it would make a nice wall art in the winter time. The tag on it said $5, but I know that I didn't spend $5 on this. I'm not sure exactly where I got it, but I probably only spent a couple of dollars. I love the center picture and I knew that I could update it so it looked a little bit more fresh and modern. So the first thing that I did was just take out the old glass and I took out the picture from the picture frame. So I wanted to paint the mat on here. It was kind of like this dingy color and it needed to be freshened up. I really liked the picture, so I covered the picture with just a piece of printer paper, and then I took painter's tape and went around the edge and just sealed off the picture so it wouldn't get any paint on it. Next, I'm going to use matte black spray paint and I'm just going to spray the entire mat. Now, since this is kind of textured, but you'll have to add a little bit extra spray paint. And when you're spraying on a texture, just try to make sure that you get enough of an even coat. Step back, look at it. If you have some areas that don't look fully covered, just spray them again. You also want to make sure you're using the matte. It just looks better in home decor pieces and not so much like it's spray paint. Next up was the frame. So I added 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint. Next, I wanted it to look distressed, so I wet distressed it. So I took a rag that was wet and had been wrung out, and I just lightly rubbed it onto my picture frame, pulling off paint. Now, this is a technique you can use to just distress a little bit, or you can pull off a lot of paint. I wanted it to be more distressed, so I was really kind of pulling it off. I tend to distress things more when I like the finish underneath, and since it had this nice deep wood color, I was okay with that popping through. If it would have been like maybe, you know, some kind of wood that I didn't want to show up, I probably wouldn't have distressed as much, or I would have added to it by putting in, you know, like a darker color paint on top. From there, all I had to do was remove the tape around the picture. And then I placed it in the frame. My frame had some nails on the back to hold it in place, but it wasn't in tight. So I just added in some white duct tape to the back to hold it in nice and secure. And for a few dollars, I have a really cute wall art piece. So this time of year, there's awesome clearances going on, and I found this table runner at Hobby Lobby on 80% off clearance after Christmas. So it ended up being $4 for me, and I'm gonna be able to make 2 pillows out of this one table runner. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just fold the table runner in half, and I'm just going to cut it directly down the middle so that I have 3 pieces, because one of them is folded on the edge, so then I'll have 2 other pieces to make 2 pillows. So I will start with the 2 pieces. So what you want to do to make a pillow is just take them and put the right sides together, and then I'm just going to pin around the edges so it's ready for me to sew it. Then when I'm sewing it, I'm going to sew 3 sides, and then on the 4th side, I'm gonna sew in about 1/3 of the way in. You don't wanna sew all the way so that you're able to stuff it later. Now, if you don't have a sewing machine, you could always hot glue it instead. I just have my sewing machine on hand, so it's easier for me. Once you get everything sewed, you're going to turn it in right side out. I'll just poke it on the edge to make sure that you really get the edges so that they look nice before you stuff it. I've been noticing a new trend in pillows is to not fill them as much so that they are a little bit more slouchy. So I thought that I would do that for this pillow. Now you can fill your pillows with anything you have. If you have old pillows, hang on to them. You can pull the stuffing out of those and put them in your pillows. I actually have this fake snow that I grabbed at the thrift store, so I've been using that. I'm almost out of it. So I'm just going to stuff my pillow with this. And again, I'm not gonna fill it up as much as I normally would, and then I'm gonna bend it at the top to see if I still kind of have that slouchy appearance. When I get it filled to my desired amount, I'm just going to tuck the edges in on the opening, pin them in place, and then I'll sew along the edge. Again, you could always hot glue this to hold it in place. And I repeated those steps for my second pillow. So each of these pillows ended up costing me $2, so I think that's a really good deal. At one of my recent thrift store videos, I found this planter. I wasn't sure exactly what I was gonna do with it, but I thought it was really cool. I ended up getting it on half price day for $2.25. So I really liked the gray color of it. It wasn't necessarily a fan of the pictures on it. So I just grabbed some scrapbook paper that I had purchased from Joann's, and I'm going to cut out pieces to cover up the pictures on all 4 sides. Next, I'm going to distress it a little bit just by adding some white paint. So I just kind of brush the white paint around just to my desired liking before I put down the scrapbook paper. Next, I'm going to use some matte Mod Podge, and I'm going to put it down underneath the scrapbook paper and then place the paper on top. Once that had a chance to dry, I went around the edges of the scrapbook paper with some gray paint called Elephant by Waverly and also some white paint. I put it around the edges just so that the paper didn't look like it was just sitting on top. I wanted it to flow more in the piece. Next, to fill this planter, I went to my favorite store for plants, which is IKEA, and I got this large plant. I love IKEA plants. I think they're a great deal and they last really well for me. So here's a look at how my planter turned out. If you guys missed our last DIY, I'm gonna link it up here for you. And if you're new to my channel, make sure you're subscribed. I post 3 DIYs each week. And if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. It helps to support my channel, and I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye.